Hey everybody! So today I'm going to talk about some e.l.f. products that I got last night at Dollar Tree, and I'm also going to touch upon something to do with the last e.l.f. product that I showed you in I think yesterday's video. If you haven't been to Dollar Tree lately, they have a lot of e.l.f. products right now, and you might be thinking, well, so what? I can get e.l.f. at Kmart, Christmas Tree Shop, whatever, wherever you get your e.l.f. products. They're actually available at a lot more places now than they used to be. But the thing that makes these e.l.f. products at Dollar Tree special is they have a lot of things that aren't normally available unless you order them online, or they are products from the past that used to be at stores that aren't anymore. So in other words, it gives you an opportunity to try some things that you might not otherwise be able to try unless you order directly from the e.l.f. website. So I went there trying to find the powder duo eyeshadows that would coordinate with the cream duo eyeshadows that I purchased recently, and they didn't have those, but they had some other things, all on an end cap. They had a whole end cap full of e.l.f. products. So I was very pleased to see that they had e.l.f. lipsticks, because I've always been curious about e.l.f. lipsticks, but again, you know, the only way that you can get an e.l.f. lipstick at this point that I know of is to order from their website. So I looked through what they had and I decided on Charming. And this is Charming, and be very careful if you get one of these that you very gently twist this up, because the packaging is kind of flimsy and, you know, inexpensive packaging, so you want to very gently twist that up or it could break. But anyways, that is the color. I am wearing it today. It's sort of a, I'm gonna say a mauve. That's the closest I can come. Maybe a mauve borderline berry type color. I'm gonna swatch it for you. And for my money, I think this is a very good lipstick. It's $1, you know, so you can't expect it to be like the best lipstick you've ever tried, but it's very, very lightly scented. I'm gonna say it has a very light fruity scent to it. It's not overpowering, and once you put it on, you can't really smell it on your lips. You can only really smell it in the tube, and it goes on very nice. Doesn't seem to accentuate the fine lines in my lips, which is a big deal for me. And this is a nice neutral color. They did have lots of other colors to choose from. They had some reds. They had quite a few different things. Of course, then again, I hit the display while it was still full and not picked over. The texture of this lipstick is very creamy. It doesn't drag on your lips. I think, you know, for $1, I think this is a pretty darn good deal for $1. And it sort of reminds me a little bit of the packaging, just to look at it, of the NYX matte lipsticks. The design is similar. But yeah, I would say if you've never tried an e.l.f. lipstick, this might be a good way to try it. And, you know, Dollar Trees are everywhere, so the availability issue is good. And another thing that I picked up is one of the Shimmering facial whips. Now, I have had one of these before, but it was years and years ago, and I remember I had purchased it at a small local store that gets closeouts and things, so the one that I had gotten was bad before I even got to use it, because I remember when I opened it up and squeezed some out, it had separated and it had a really bad smell to it. So I didn't want to use it, you know, if it was under those bad conditions. And because it was only $1, I didn't return it or anything. I just threw it out. But this one, I could tell by looking at it, was you know, still in good condition, and I do have this on today. I use Shimmering Facial Whips as a blush. I got it in the color Persimmon, and it's really pigmented, a beautiful rosy shade, I'm going to say. Yeah, this is so impressive for $1. I mean, I'm gonna do a swatch of this too so that you can see. Okay, that's all it takes to do one cheek, I would say. But let me show you how pigmented that is. So that's what it looks like right there. So you get plenty of color with this. And again, this comes in lots of different colors. I think that there are 4 colors, and then one is sort of a whitish pearl type thing that's a highlighter called Spotlight. They had that too. I was thinking about picking that up too, but I decided to just get a couple things because that isn't really why I went to Dollar Tree. Didn't go there for makeup, but can't help looking at the makeup section when I'm there. But yeah, this is fantastic. $1, goes on, beautiful, fantastic color. Really like this. Then I also wanted to mention on my eyes today, I wanted to, when I buy cream eyeshadows, I like to use them with different powder eyeshadows that I have over it, and I like to see how they perform with different things, because sometimes there can be a difference depending on what you put over it. So I used my e.l.f. Cream Duo eyeshadow in Black Licorice again today, and this time I put instead of using a high-end shadow over it, or high-end shadows plural, I used drugstore. I used my Wet n Wild Fergie palette. This was limited edition, the Centerstage collection, and I used the silver on my lid, and then I put this bluish gray color in the outer corner, and also used this underneath the lower lash line. But then I also used my Maybelline, let's see, what's it, I want to make sure I get the name right, Maybelline Master Drama by Eyestudio eyeliner in Midnight Master. You may remember I picked this up in a video. I showed it in a video maybe 2-3 weeks ago, something like that, and never really got back to you about it. And this is a fantastic creamy eyeliner, and I put that on the waterline and the tight line, and then like I said, I used some of that bluish gray shadow underneath the lash line. And then for my eyeshadow highlight today, I use this specifically because I wanted to talk about it. The e.l.f. single eyeshadows that go in the palettes, they sell these empty palettes that you can put single eyeshadows in and buy them individually. The palette itself is only $1, and it also fits MAC eyeshadows. So if you don't want to buy a MAC quad to put for travel purposes, you can get one of these and it will fit your MAC eyeshadows. But as far as these single shadows by e.l.f. goes, they're very hit and miss. You know, some of them I think are great and some of them I don't like at all. But I did want to give more or less shout out to this color. This is called Ivory, and this is a fantastic go-to highlight color for doing any eye look. Trying to think of what it might be compared to, and I really can't think of a similar shadow. It's, well, let me swatch it for you. It's a white, but it isn't like stark white. It has maybe just a hint of creaminess to it, but I would say it's more white than it is off-white. Now let me swatch that on my hand just so you can see. But it's a frosty white, and I love the way this looks when I do an eye look that's silver and black or gray and black. I like to use that as a highlight when I do that. So that's a really good one if you're looking for something along those lines. Okay, now I want to ask you guys a question that has absolutely nothing to do with beauty. I talked in a video not too long ago about the TV show Breaking Bad, and my husband and I have been watching that. We started, with the first season and went straight through, and we have 2 episodes left now of episode 5. So we're almost done watching that series, and oh my God, what an amazing show. It was kind of hard to take some of the extreme violence that was in it, but the storyline is so good, and they keep doing all these twists and turns, and you never know what's going to happen next. And sometimes you kind of have a feeling where it's going, but then every once in a while they'll surprise you. But anyways, we have only 2 episodes left, and my husband and I keep saying to each other, where do we go from here? This was like such an amazing show. What we would do is we would watch like 1 episode every night and just keep going through it season after season. And we've actually stopped watching some of our regular TV shows that we used to watch because we are not really enjoying them as much anymore. We started watching Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and lost interest in that after just a few episodes. I felt like it was too fake, too phony. And this one's going to surprise you. We don't watch Once Upon a Time anymore. I really had been feeling like the end of last year, I felt like that show was going downhill. And this year, it just, them wandering around the forest looking for Henry, episode after episode after episode. And I don't know. Really not happy with that show anymore. And as much as I do enjoy some of the characters on that show, Mr. Gold Rumpelstiltskin, I can't watch that show just to see one person's performance, And I think that some of the people on that show are not very good actors, and it's kind of hard. It's just not watchable for me anymore. I feel bad in a way. But yeah, so we don't watch that show anymore. So now when we only have 2 episodes of Breaking Bad left, my question to you is, do you have any recommendations for those of you who watched all 5 seasons of Breaking Bad and loved it and felt so bad when it was over? Have there been any shows that you've seen? It doesn't even have to be a show that's currently on right now. Actually, it would be better if it wasn't, because our favorite way to watch TV shows is just to start with season 1, episode 1, and just go straight through it. So if there's any shows that have ended that you really, really like, let me know. Make your suggestions down below, because we're going to be looking for new ideas. And I don't know that we're going to find anything, because my husband is pretty fussy about what he likes to watch, and so aren't I. So I don't know that we're going to find anything else good to watch, but we like things that are it can be something that falls into the categories of drama, adventure, science fiction, fantasy, anything like that. We don't really do comedies, although I heard that they're going to do a spin-off of Breaking Bad using the Saul Goodman character. It's going to be called Better Call Saul, and it's going to be a comedy/drama, and I don't know how much we're gonna like it, but when that show starts, we'll definitely give it a shot, because it could be interesting. It depends on what they do with it, but I think that's going to be a little more humorous than what we would like, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've been talking for way too long, so I'll see you next time. Bye.